Lacrosse fans, welcome to this presentation of the Arizona Girls Lacrosse Association, brought to you by South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross. Apologize for the wind, but we're here at Pinnacle High School for the last Division I matchup we'll be bringing you on this channel this year. We'll be back for the playoffs next week. We've got number 2 Pinnacle here taking on number 5 Desert Vista. Sitting at 6-2. Desert Vista at 2-6. I've been with the records fully of these teams, often going 1-on-1 when playing against each other for the last 2-3 seasons. Talking with Coach Callie Gamble over at DV, really just looking to end their season on a high note here. They've got 5 varsity players that are going to be graduating this year, and she wants her team playing for them. They've got this game and one more game. Coach Callie really just looking at this as a learning season and looking to focus on things that they've learned. Watching back from the last time they played Pinnacle, and just looking for improvement in the team. Pinnacle, meanwhile, talking with Coach Kayla Christensen, really wants to execute on offense. She's really looking to Delaney McEwen and Brent Davis, who lead this team. 47 points on the season for McEwen and 51 for Davis. And Addison Judson, AJ, number 22, over on defense. A couple of key players of the game here for Pinnacle. So this first draw is up. Pinnacle getting this draw possession. Kenzie Novak gets it over to Emma Lewis, working for Mex. Savannah Souza to Delaney McEwen. Brent Davis getting that shot, getting that feed. First goal of the day for Pinnacle. Kenzie Novak again on the draw control for Pinnacle. Pinnacle 2 for 2 early in this game. Davis drives in. Gets it over Gretchen Yuski. Gretchen loses the ball in front of the cage. Ground ball opportunity here for DV. There's Avery Rogers returning this season, coming off that ACL injury, coming in for the second half with the Thunder. That's a little feed to Savannah Souza just in front of the cage. shot sails high over the top of the cage. Pinnacle backs up the shot, keeps possession. Izzy Caputi. He's got Jackie Jimenez defending, one of those star freshman players coming in this year for Thunder. Great save by Ashley Piazza in the cage for Thunder. Ashley was also out at the beginning of the season on an injury, coming in late. In fact, this is one of the first games that DV's been 100% healthy and had all their players in. Had a lot of injuries this season. It's a nice pickup by Delaney Adamick. Gets that over to Jimenez, and now DV finally on their attacking third for the first time tonight. Tess Cortez now working from the top of the fan. A lot of patience here from DV looking for that cutter, but Izzy Rundle scooping up that ball as it makes its way inside the goal circle. Going to clear it out here for Pinnacle. Trying to get that pass off, but broken up by Pinnacle. Delaney Adamick right back at you. Now Jackie Jimenez has that dodge, has that feed inside to Adamick. Shot and goal. Desert Vista. Great look from Jackie Jimenez. Hits Adamick coming inside. Opart with the self-draw win. Ortiz, that look inside. Teresina Cortez is trying to feed that up to Delaney Adamick. Wasn't able to complete the pass, but gets a whistle, so we're going to get a free position restart here for Cortez at the top of the 12. Tries again. This time able to complete that pass and shot and goal. Second assist there to Adamick. That DV taking the lead here, 2-1. About 5 minutes into this first half. So early entry by Pinnacle turns this ball over to Desert Vista. And quick transition, good ball movement from DV. Pinnacle defense able to respond quickly and crash and slow down that fast break from Thunder. Opar looking to dodge. Shot, nice save there by Izzy Rundle. Feed over the top of the cage to Opar, but Kenzie Novak makes a great read there, gets that turnover for Pinnacle, runs it upfield. Quick transition, has that feed over to Davis. Pass out of bounds, going to turn back over to Thunder. Ashley Piazza, she's smart, she was played, so was able to head back inside that goal circle, find some safety and clear it upfield. Big pass from Opar. Ball out of bounds. Gretchen Yuski going to take it back for Pinnacle. Gets it up to Naomi Rosen. Caputi with a look to Yuski. Yuski gets that shot and goal off the assist from Izzy Caputi. Gretchen Yuski able to take advantage of their height and get that ball for Pinnacle. Delaney McEwen getting pressure from Avery Rogers. Pinnacle just taking their time, looking for the right cutter. No whistle on that. Nice interception there by Kenzie Novak. Runs into her own teammate. Nice defense from Olivia Opart, forcing that turnover. Nice passing, Opart in transition. Straight back over. It's Taylor Conti passing it up to Gretchen Yuski. Apologies there for the interruption, but we're back. Pinnacle's able to get a quick goal there. So currently sitting at 3-2 Pinnacle, 15 minutes on the clock here in the first half. And Thunder just got a yellow card, so Pinnacle now playing in a player-up situation here for the next 2 minutes. Avery Rogers on the turnover has McEwen in pursuit. Gets it up to Chariot Waddell. Fighting off 2 defenders. Chariot coming in. My third check there. Finally loses the ball. But ball heading out of bounds. Turns straight back over to Thunder. Waddell in trouble, passes back. Jimenez not quite able to handle it, and Kinsey Novak right there forces the turnover. With that, Pinnacle able to clear over. That shot from Emma Lewis, just right at the cage. The card just got released, back to even strength. Brent Davis gets checked on the drive in, but gets the whistle. So Davis going to get the free position shot. And that right inside hanging hash, or excuse me, right inside hash here. Ashley Piazza in the cage. Brent Davis able to get that free position. So we got a timeout on the field. Sounded like we heard an air horn from the spectator side. Actually, that was from the table side. Still looking for control here. Cortez able to come in, get that control win, draw win there for Desert Vista. Pass broken up by Addison Judson. So AJ gets that cause turnover for Pinnacle. Kinsey Novak spots the open player upfield. Nice clear out there from the Pinnacle squad. Inside to Brent Davis and looks low, shoots high. That'll be a hat trick on the night here for Brent Davis early in this game. Draw control over to Jackie Jimenez. Jackie sets a little bit of a pick. Jimenez has the angle, drives in, quick response from that Pinnacle D. off-ball foul is going to get this possession turned back over to Pinnacle. And that pass from Kenzie Novak knocked down. Delaney Adamick. Kenzie Novak fighting for that ground ball over in the backfield. So off that battle, Adamick able to get this possession back over for DV. Turnover. Izzy Rundle up to Novak. Quick look to Naomi Rosen, but Jackie Jimenez makes a great play, comes in, gets that ground ball, passes it out of trouble. For that feed inside to Olivia Opart. Jimenez tries to fire one from outside of the 8-meter. Well defended. Izzy Rundle making the save. That pass over to Naomi Rosen goes out of bounds. So Delaney Adams is going to go get this ball. And Olivia Opart fires one. Finally able to get in the back of the net here for DV. So sun setting here at Pinnacle High School. That's 7:30 p.m. local time. The pass up to Caputi, just a little too high, out of bounds. Ashley Piazza is going to bring it back in for Thunder. Tess Cortez in transition. Makes a smart pass, but Kenzie Novak again. Just making it difficult here for Thunder. Jackie Jimenez gets the transition, comes in, draws that shooting space call. Smart play by Jackie. She's going to get the free position shot against Rundle here. Jackie shoots. Looks like that was off the foot of Rundle, who loses track of it. Ball goes behind the cage. Fighting for ground ball. Looks like it was just inside that boundary line up to Kenzie Novak. And you can see the frustration from Pinnacle here there as another pass sails out of bounds. Some easy turnovers here for DV. So Bryn Davis on Avery Rogers. Rogers finds the escape. So McEwen on the quick transition. Shot and goal there for Delaney McEwen on the fast break. Thunder with control off the draw. This time it's Thunder with the pass out of bounds. Another high pass, but Delaney McEwen able to recover. Avery Rogers with some great one-on-one defense against Bryn Davis. Now Pinnacle going to work for Max, look for a cutter in front of the cage. And add that feed to Bryn Davis. And that's the risk of passing back to your goalie, unfortunately. Piazza did everything she could to stop that from going in the cage, but when you pass to your goalie and she's in front of the net, that's always the risk you take. For DV there off of what was a really good defensive stand overall. Gretchen Yuski gets this draw win for Pinnacle. Gretchen comes in, gets that shooting space call. Gretchen fires one low, shot and goal for Pinnacle. these draw controls for Pinnacle. Ground ball here. There's a whistle. They're going to give this Pinnacle's direction. Maddie Hunt, number 15 now, gets the 8-meter shot from the center hash. And she's able to find that bottom right corner. One more on the board for Pinnacle. Knocked down. Great turnover from Jackie Jimenez. Looking up to Adamick, and TV just trying to get a little momentum here. But Jackie Jimenez made a great defensive play, gets that cost turnover. Over to Tess Cortez. Sets up their play. Looks like we're going to have a yellow card going against Kinsey Novak. So she'll be out for the remainder of this half and about 17 seconds into the next. Losing the cradle coming in, looking for that shot, got the ground ball behind the cage, ball out of bounds. Official signal this one Pinnacle's direction. Here in that player down situation. Jackie Jimenez had the open player, and now ground ball. Had a great cut over to Anna Brandenberger. Just not quite able to rein that ball in, but it could have been a good shot and goal there. Conti looking to transition. This pass out of bounds, going to turn back over to DV. 27 seconds on the clock. DV doesn't have a lot of time to work with here, about 20 seconds. Jimenez trying to pass upfield. That's Tess Cortez. Another pass. Looking for Opart. Going to head out of bounds. 10 seconds. I think we're going to get this ball turned over to Pinnacle. Probably not enough time to do anything with it. Going to do it for the first half. Pinnacle 9, DV sitting at 3. We'll take a moment here during the break to take a look at the playoff picture for Division I and Division II here in the Arizona Girls Lacrosse Association. them in at halftime. So again, this is the official, unofficial playoff picture from South Mountain Lacrosse. Take a look here. Higley still sitting in that number 1 seed. Now it's 7-2. They were actually upset by Chandler on their home turf last night. They've got one remaining game this Friday, I believe, their senior night against Notre Dame Prep. And assuming Higley gets that win, and of course they're the heavy favorite there, then Higley's going to secure that number 1 seed. Higley also would have any tiebreakers over Pinnacle because they swept Pinnacle 2-0 this year. So that's going to be Pinnacle there looking like they're going to be that number 1 seed, or excuse me, Higley. If we look over at Pinnacle, they're sitting there at 6-2. They got this game tonight against DV, and then Thursday night they're going to be playing Chandler, and that's going to be a big matchup and likely going to decide who ultimately is in the number 2 spot. So if you look at Pinnacle here, if they get that win against Chandler, they're automatically guaranteed that number 2 seed, regardless of what happens in tonight's game against Desert Vista. And again, they're not going to get any tiebreakers against Higley at this point, but as long as they get that win against Chandler Thursday, they're going to be number 2. Chandler, however, is also at 6-3, and with that win against Higley last night, they could actually swoop in and get that number 2 seed over Pinnacle if they're able to beat Pinnacle this Thursday by at least 2 points. And that's because in that earlier game this season when Pinnacle and Chandler met up, Pinnacle ended up getting that win. In overtime, Delaney McEwen got a free position shot, so Pinnacle has that 1 goal differential currently over Chandler. So if Chandler again this Thursday can get a 2-point win over Pinnacle, they'll take that number 2 spot, excuse me. Things do get a little interesting. If Chandler were to get just a 1-point win over Pinnacle, you'd go down into the tiebreaker rules where both teams would have the same record at 7-3, and they'd have the same head-to-head. They'd be 1-1 against each other in the same goal differential. And they would actually have the same strength of wins at that point, which is the next thing you look at in the tiebreaker. Because again, if Chandler beats Pinnacle, that strength of wins, you see there they're at 300%, it'll go up to 350. Pinnacle at 400%, if they lose to Chandler, they're going to drop to 350. So they're going to be tied up on that strength of wins as well, which means we actually go to a coin flip in the event Chandler were to beat Pinnacle by just 1 point. Of course, that's an unlikely outcome, but just interesting to think about. If Pinnacle were to lose tonight to DV, and of course they're ahead currently by 6 points, but if they were to lose, then they would drop that strength of schedule down to where Chandler beat them. Chandler would win based on that relative strength of wins. Again, neither of those scenarios likely. More than likely, it's going to be a simple heads-up match, and whoever wins Thursday is probably going to be your number 2 seed for Division 1. Next, if we move on over to Shap here, they're sitting at 4-4. They got Notre Dame and DV remaining. They actually have an opportunity to move up into that number 3 seed if they win those remaining 2 games against Notre Dame and Desert Vista, and if Chandler loses to Pinnacle this Thursday. Otherwise, Shap's probably going to sit in that number 4 seed. They don't have a tiebreaker against Pinnacle, but they do have the tiebreaker over Chandler if they end up with the same record as Chandler, and that's possible, again, if Chandler loses Thursday and if Shap's able to win against Notre Dame and DV. And lastly, if we look over at DV, they're kind of outside looking in, would really need a lot of help. They'd have to get this win tonight against Pinnacle, and they'd have to beat Chaparral as well by at least 6 points and have Chaparral lose to Notre Dame. So chances of all of those happening are pretty small. So more than likely, DV is probably going to sit in that number 5 seed and just be just outside of the playoffs this year. So if the playoffs stay the way they are, you're going to have Higley in number 1 hosting Chaparral or potentially Chandler. And then you're going to have Pinnacle and Chandler in that 2 and 3 spot with a chance to play each other again next week. And again, which one of them gets to host and have that home field advantage is going to probably come down to that Thursday night game between the 2. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, feel free to ask questions in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. Moving on over to this Division 2, things looking quite a bit different in the D2 spot here. So in Division 2, you got Xavier sitting at 8-0, and they're going to hold that number 1 spot. There's only 8 division games in Division 2, so Xavier swept the division 8-0. They've got that number 1 seed locked in. If you look over at number 2, Horizon and Sal Point having a great season this year. I don't think a lot of folks expected South Point to be where they're at, and here they are tied with Horizon for that number 2 seed. So both teams currently at 3-3, and if either team gets at least one more win, they both have to play Cactus Shadows and Corona, and as long as they each get at least one win there, they're definitely in the playoffs. At this point, Horizon does have the tiebreaker over South Point, so if they do stay tied in record after those 2 games, Horizon is going to be your number 2 in Division 2, and South Point is going to be at number 3. And then if we look at Cactus Shadows and Corona, they're both tied for that 4 spot, that remaining spot to get in the playoffs. They're both at 1-5, and they each have to play Horizon and South Point this week. And really it's going to come down to is how those 2 games play out for both teams. Whichever team does better in those 2 is going to end up being your number 4 seed. In the event they do end up tied after playing Horizon and South Point, Corona does have the tiebreaker over Cactus Shadows this season. So again, in the event that there's a tie and they both have the same record after these next 2 games, Corona's going to be your number 4 seed. Otherwise, it's going to come down to which team ends up getting the better record after those 2 games. So again, for your D2 playoff picture, it's going to be Xavier, and then it's going to be Horizon or South Point, depending on how these next couple of games go in that number 2 seed. And if there's a tie there, Horizon's going to have the tie for number 2, and the other one's going to be number 3. And then that number 4 seed with Cactus Shadows and Corona is just going to depend on how these last 2 games go for those teams and how their records play out at the end, with the tiebreaker going to Corona. So with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and we'll see for the second half of this Division 1 match between Pinnacle and Desert Vista. Stay tuned. Back, and we got a fresh 25 minutes on the clock here for the second half. As this spring 2023 regular season winds down here for the Arizona Girls Lacrosse Association. We'll have playoffs coming that first week of May with that state championship game on Friday, May 5th. We'll be looking to hopefully bring at least a couple of those playoff games to you here on South Mountain Lacrosse. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to bring you that state championship game, but I'm sure the league will have somebody streaming that, so just be on the lookout for that. And man, Delaney Adamick with a hat trick tonight, coming out strong for Desert Vista. Just kind of picking up what we were talking about just before the half there. This game not likely to impact the playoff picture too much. Small probability of Desert Vista being able to make it into this point, but if they were able to get a win here tonight, obviously that'd be a high point for them on their season, and it would put Pinnacle in a little more precarious position if they were to end up in that tiebreaker scenario with Chandler, where the strength of winds would then favor Chandler. Good ground ball battle here. Refs just letting the teams play. Getting it back to Ashley Piazza. Montevello commit. That stick to the head. I gotta be honest, I can't believe that was not a yellow card. Great execution. Olivia Opart getting that assist over to Elise Matthews, who gets on the board here tonight. Fire in their bellies coming out of this second half. Getting 2 quick goals and doing well in the draws. Jackie Jimenez fires that left-hander. Beautiful shot and goal. DVU's really responding well, making some great halftime adjustments here. Closing this gap down to just 3 goals. And gets the draw win. Good look right in front of the cage. Emma Thompson. Or excuse me, Emma Lewis, sorry. ball movement here. Olivia Opar, some fancy footwork there, drove in, got the shot, would have been a goal, but gets that free position call just before, or excuse me, shooting space call, sorry. Sometimes those calls aren't always a welcome thing for these players when they get those shots, and you see it there. She had the goal, but off the whistle, in that free position, now it's a turnover for Pinnacle. Of course, at the college level, those goals count, but at the high school level, if you get that whistle before the shot goes in, then the goal gets taken back. Brent Davis looking for a shot in front of the cage. Has the ball checked out. Got this ground ball. Gretchen Yuski coming in, gets the GB. Feed over for Max, but doesn't quite connect. Avery Rogers gets that ground ball, trying to stay in bounds, loses the ball. Good battle for the ground ball here. Great technique there in boxing out, and but DV able to come up with the ground ball, gets transitioned over. Elise Matthews there, 23. Doing great work on that transition. Comes around the cage. Adamick, two defenders on her. Not able to find the angle. Adamick looking for that shot, goes on the right side. Backed up by Matthews. So Matthews going to restart play. Ortiz tries to drive, gets the ball checked out. Savannah Souza knocking the ball out. So Savannah Souza ultimately gets the cause turnover there. Pinnacle in transition. Pinnacle, this has been plaguing them all night. Another pass out of bounds. Turning back over to Desert Vista. Great feed upfield from Ashley Piazza. Nice ball movement here from Desert Vista. perfect execution on the transition. Izzy Rundle, though, shutting down a great coast-to-coast transition here from Desert Vista. Sorry, that's Izzy Schember in the cage there. Number 46. Got an interception. Another save by Schember. We got two Izzies in goal here for Pinnacle, and easy to get them mixed up sometimes. And here's DV in transition again. Jimenez tries to do the split dodge, gets the whistle. Has a great look right in front of the cage. And Addison Judson there, just high pressure defense, not letting it happen. There's Kenzie Novak now. Slows it down. Emma Lewis over to McEwen. Brent Davis gets tripped up coming in on the drive, gets the whistle. Davis gets this free position shot against Ashley Piazza. Ashley Piazza coming up with a great save. Called from Pinnacle. 13:44 on the clock here in the second half. Pinnacle up 10-6. right back on the field after this timeout. Pinnacle looking to put this one away. McEwen to Davis. Great read and save there from Ashley Piazza. Piazza gets it up to Olivia Opart. Whistle there in midfield. May have actually had an official get injured. I think our official Tim went out of the game on a knee injury back there. Hope he's okay. He might have just tweaked his left knee there, and saw him stepping out. And they're running a three-man officiating crew here tonight. Normally we've only got 2 officials in these games, but sometimes towards the end of the season they'll start running 3-man crews just to get ready, because it's a different type of officiating, different positioning, and the officials are doing that usually just to get ready for the playoffs and the championship games towards the end of season, and also just from a safety standpoint, make sure some of these games towards the end of the season that can get a little more contested stay safe. Best wishes to Ref Tim there. Hopefully nothing too serious. Jarrett Waddell with a great look to Jimenez. Broken up. I think Kenzie Novak was able to get the stick there and make the great defensive stop for Pinnacle. Gretchen Yuski now in transition. Yuski able to run this across. Cleared out for Pinnacle. About 12 minutes to play here. Piazza gonna walk this one out. Got an empty stick check there. Going against Peyton Kelly. Ball turns back over to Pinnacle. Kenzie Novak trying to get that shooting space call. Haven't had a lot of those tonight. Avery Rogers trying to slow down Brent Davis. Gets the whistle. So Rogers goes behind. Davis going to bring it back up to the 12-meter and restart play. Has that look inside. The bounce shot. It's a little short. Emma Lewis restarts. Brent Davis chasing down the ground ball. Ball right at the restraining line. Great play by DV. Jackie Jimenez showing some speed. Looking for that fast break. Oh man, what a save there by Izzy Schember. One-on-one against Jackie Jimenez, one of the best shooters around, and Schember comes up with a great save. There's that look. Savannah Souza shot and goal. Minutes on the clock. Pinnacle up 11-6. Novak with a nice draw win. So we're going to have an injury here. Kenzie able to hop back up to her feet and walk off on her own accord. What happened there, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. But Naomi Rosen going to restart it here for Pinnacle. So Maddie Hunt gets fouled inside the 8, going to get this 8-meter shot. Coming in, up shot, gets saved by Piazza. Pinnacle backs it up. Pinnacle looking for a cutter. McEwen comes around. DV crashes in but gets the shooting space call. Sets up Delaney McEwen for a free position shot. And Ashley Piazza with another beautiful save. Just doing a great job covering DV here, not giving any opportunities for Piazza to clear it out. See a battle here on the backside for this ground ball. That was Lila Ravenscroft, number 66 for Pinnacle, coming up with the ground ball. Comes in, gets that open shot, takes a bounce shot. Lila Ravenscroft gets the ground ball and then gets a shot and goal. Been a pretty clean game overall. I believe just one yellow card against each team at this point. 6:51 on the clock. Pinnacle with a pretty comfortable lead at this point, 12-6. Jackie Jimenez with a nice draw control. Jimenez had that feed inside to Adamick, but not able to complete the catch. Ball down, turns over. Hannah Leakey fighting for it, but Anna Brandenberger able to get that ground ball back for Desert Vista. AJ gets called there. I think she's going to get a yellow card. So second yellow card there going against Pinnacle. This one against Addison Judson. And with that, Jackie Jimenez gets the free position shot on goal. Izzy Schimber still in the cage for Pinnacle. Jimenez tries to fire one just over the top of the cage there. Naomi Rosen, some nice moves, gets this ball upfield. Great shot and goal there from Delaney McEwen. Just puts a little bit of a hop on it just to get the angle she needs over Ashley Piazza. Five minutes to play, got another timeout on the field. teams coming back in for the final 5 here. Both these teams looking quite a bit different than last year. Both under new head coaches this year. Coach Kayla Christensen now leads this Pinnacle squad, a former Pinnacle player herself, and Coach Callie Gamble over on the Desert Vista side. Both coaches really just bringing a fresh approach, fresh culture into these teams. Gets a nice clean draw win for Pinnacle, has the feed up to Brent Davis, gets a quick shooting space call. So Pinnacle ended up being offsides on that, and that's why the ball turned over here to Desert Vista. Otherwise that would have been a shooting space for Brent Davis. Hannah Leakey coming in, busting up this passing from Desert Vista. DV able to recover. But nice ride there. Tyler Solens, number 35. Big clear upfield, a little too much. Jackie Jimenez stays in bounds, able to get that ball turned back over to Thunder. With that yellow card gets released for Addison Judson, I believe it was, so we're going to be back to even strength. DV gets back into a settled offense. Jimenez working around the goal circle. Doesn't find the opportunity she's looking for. Gets Elise Matthews into the mix, and now Olivia Opart. Olivia looking for that shot. Tough angle. Almost looked like she might have had that, but this ball just out of bounds. That was a shot technically though, so that's going to stay with Delaney Adamick, as she was closest to the ball when it went out of bounds. Down to 2:20 here on the clock. Looking to end strong here. Great shot, but man, that is a goal. So Jimenez gets that over to Olivia Opart, gets a great shot. Almost thought Shipper saved that at first. It was hard to tell, but freshmen working together. Pass and feed inside to Delaney Adamick. Piazza. Comes over there, gets it fed up, filled here, and DV looking for a fast transition. Clock down to 1:10. Avery Rogers has the ball checked out. Good trail check. Evelyn Vogel gets that caused turnover for Pinnacle. Clock under a minute. And right back the other direction. There's Heather Saucy getting in there for DV. Both these teams really getting all their players in the game tonight. Souza looking for that quick stick right in front of the cage. Clock down to 20. DV looking for the fast transition, trying to get one more shot off here. Clock down at 10 seconds. Atomic, 3 seconds, and just a little too much heat on that. That's going to do it. So your final tonight is going to be Pinnacle 13, DV 8. With that win, Desert Vista is officially eliminated from the playoffs this season. And this sets up a great battle for second place here this Thursday evening. Unfortunately, we're not going to be bringing you that game with Chandler and Pinnacle, but if you are local, I would definitely encourage you to come up to Pinnacle High School and watch that one live if you can. And again, just to recap on that, if Pinnacle gets that win Thursday, they hold on to second place, and they'll be hosting Chandler or Chaparral in the playoffs. If Chandler gets the win by at least 2 goals, then they will take over that number 2 seed, and they'll be hosting most likely Pinnacle in the playoffs. And if Chandler does lose and Chaparral is able to win out, then Chaparral can actually slide up into that 3rd spot and drop Chandler down to 4. So some exciting games here to watch as this season winds down. Also down there in Division 2, these last games between Horizon and Salpointe, Cactus Shadows and Corona, 2 games apiece. That's going to determine those final seeds. Again, more than likely, Horizon and Salpointe are going to be in the playoffs, and whoever ends stronger between Cactus Shadows and Corona is going to get that number 4 seed, with Corona having the tiebreaker. So lots of action left here in the Arizona Girls Lacrosse Association over the remainder of this week, and then we'll be looking at playoffs next week. Those games and times to be determined, but more than likely those playoff games are going to happen Tuesday or Wednesday, possibly Monday, and then you're going to have that championship game on Friday, May 5th. That'll be up at Notre Dame Prep. So plan to be there if you can. With that, that's going to do it for us this evening. Thanks again for tuning in and watching this presentation by South Mountain Lacrosse. As always, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the videos. And if you're looking to make a tax-deductible donation to support girls in lacrosse, head on over to our website at southmountainlacrosse.com or southmountainlax.com, or click that link at the top of our YouTube homepage. Any of them will take you to the right place, and you can make a donation. And those funds will all go to support underserved student athletes, to cover these team fees and equipment fees. And we've got grant applications actually currently open on our website for summer travel clubs, so you can also apply for those grants. And we appreciate all the support that we get from our subscribers and from our donors. This is Chris Ross. Thanks again. Have a great evening.